All right, you guys are on.
Good
we
morning. Can't hear ourselves.
Am I on? Do you
I
hear
don't
me?
think we are.
Can't hear yourselves?
No,
I hear
That's
you
weird.
guys, but I don't hear me.
I don't hear me at all.
Okay, stand by.
Uh-oh.
You guys go ahead and we can hear you. Trust me.
Happy Tuesday. Oh,
Can
it's
you
Monday.
hear me?
Can
What's
you
the
dig
thing?
it? Happy Monday, guys. Woo. Now
Yeah,
I can hear
we've been doing a
myself.
Tuesday show on Monday for however long. We still call it a Tuesday
Still
show.
Tuesday. Tuesday show. It
Yeah.
was a long week, a long weekend, a long 3 weeks. It's going to be a whole nother long week.
You know what's wild is I feel like every week is some like wild week. Like something wild happens during the week. You know, we do the show every Monday, and last week was heavy. Thank God they found that young girl.
Yeah.
But I think the whole town was sideways. Yeah, I looked at. They said she's 11 years old, 90 pounds. Like
Just
that
a
is a tiny,
little
tiny
thing.
human. And I think everyone was super scared and very relieved to find her alive. We know this desert is scary and dangerous, especially with the river.
Especially when you hear she was running out to the desert and, thank God for the Bullhead Police, the fire,
I don't know
all
if you
of
have
the,
any images, Arganda, but we
I'm sure every police department locally was
we were like every
involved.
schmuck on the planet. We were, trying to help out and be around. And
So many
you go down to
local
that-
searchers as
yeah,
well.
search and rescue. We drove through that parking lot, and this is like, the car guy, Americana in me, and it was like just a parking lot full of, lifted trucks, Jeeps, like this is what it's all about right here. Everybody coming together and, putting in a lot of effort, helping a government agency to find this young lady. So
Once again, you
what a
see
wild
everybody
situation.
show up,
Yep.
Nobody,
So,
worst nightmare to lose a child.
I know that there's a lot of other things going on in the world, but to all those people, we really appreciate you. Someone's got to do it. We know it's tough. It was 100 degrees that day,
And
all
she was
day and
found
night.
safe.
So
Yes.
much appreciated everybody. I don't even know who all to give thanks to. Mojave County Search and Rescue, Bullhead PD. There's a helicopter in the air. I don't know whose that was.
TPS.
The city. They were set
Who we
up at a
missing,
city
Jeff? Who we
building.
missing?
No, you got him. Search and rescue, sheriff.
Yeah. Do you have the
So
video
many
that you put on your news
volunteers.
page, Arganda?
I could get it.
So
I don't
many
have it ready.
volunteers
But yeah, there
out
was
there.
a lot.
Yeah.
And plus all the just the citizens of this town here just went crazy looking.
Yep. And then I believe they found the young lady under a porch at a residence, which
Right
is
behind the apartment. Yeah. It was,
million questions that I'm never going to get answers to probably, and that's
Yeah.
okay as long as
She's safe.
Yep.
yeah, that's for sure.
She's 11, so that's a hard age for young girls and
daughter's 11.
parents, and they can
Could
definitely,
not imagine. I got an 11-year-old daughter, so
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Very
Worst
crazy.
nightmare. Again,
Yeah, absolutely. So
parents'
we
worst
went down.
nightmare.
We were down by the command center and saw, like Coach Silviano. I saw Coach Walker, officer. I don't know what their rank is. I apologize, guys. Dave Heath hustling down there, search and rescue. I text the chief, see if they need anything, and just to see everyone, like, boom, drop everything they were doing, hands on deck, and like we were supposed to have our 7-on-7 versus the
Wanted to
police
get them.
department. Yeah,
Obviously
we're
they
trying
were
to put up 100 on the police department in a 7-on-7 game.
Yeah.
And they had to cancel and go do that. And so we spent some time talking to the guys about, big picture life stuff. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you guys are out there giving Walker a hard time because you scored a touchdown on him, just don't forget he's out there
Saving lives.
saving lives.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
right.
So,
All right, sorry.
But-
Froze a little.
yeah.
It's just, you take that moment to just realize how lucky you are. Sometimes, finances or life gets so heavy and you forget. As long as you have each other.
Sounds like you found your video, Armando.
Sorry, we have a bleed over.
Uh-oh. Did you find your video?
No, I didn't. But I got
Yeah.
another one that we didn't talk about, and I'll let you guys if you want. It was the Back the Blue Fire Parade. I don't know if you guys heard anything about that.
It sounds like a Back the Blue parade.
Yes, it was. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool, though, actually, and I do have a video of that.
Let's see it.
All right, let's see it. Here we go. I'll turn the volume down because it was just wind. But there's the first.
Aw.
Yeah, this is along 95 there. It started at Gary Keith Park and ended up at
How did we
Community
miss
Park.
this?
I don't know.
I swear there's so many things that happen in the community that I feel like we know everything that's going on in the community, but we never know everything.
Yeah, it
it's
happens.
the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I don't think we missed this.
So, anyways, this was the lineup of all the
that's very
vehicles that were in the
cool.
parade, and it was long. It was a good
Is
mile.
traffic just driving next to them?
Yeah.
Is that part of the parade?
No, they're not part of the parade, but they just bypassed the parade and
Yeah.
kind of passed them.
Well, I'll tell you, it's probably great timing that they can take that and show some appreciation. Very cool. So.
Right. Cool.
Yep.
So there you go.
So that's a little heavy, but again, in the end, came out okay.
Yes.
And super appreciative to everyone involved. I can't imagine, all the emotions everybody went through. But we also have some positive things.
We
in the
do.
world.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where to start there, but our ACES Awards are tomorrow.
Yes.
We get to go out and recognize some of the great young people and
There's
educators
still
in town.
tickets available, so get a hold of Fontenot Law if you are interested.
Yep, still tickets
ASAP.
available. We'll put a link in the comments maybe when we get a chance after the show. We'll put a link in the comments. But we have some great people to recognize,
So exciting.
including Needles, who just won a couple more state championships.
Get out,
They're
right?
like,
Boys
they're like
and
the
girls.
Thanos
Again.
of high school sports. They're just collecting rings out there, filling up that hand. So
Man, oh man. I mean, they kind of went into it and you thought, wouldn't that be the coolest thing if they both win? They both won basketball. Now, if they both won softball and baseball, I mean, this would just be iconic. And
Pretty,
they went out and did it.
pretty epic class of athletes right there. A lot of great kids going out, and a lot of nominees for our ACES Awards who will be hopefully able to make it since they're not at a state championship for a change.
I know. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
had it multiple times where teams and athletes were nominees or even winners, and they were off playing their state championship
Yeah.
games and weren't able to attend.
Last
So-
year, remember the video? Of course,
Yeah,
Needles
look
did
at
a big,
that.
huge parade for them when they came home. I mean, man, Needles is just, they bleed blue, like really, truly bleed it. You know? Very cool.
Yep. So
This
congratulations
is actually
to them.
softball's third year winning state in a row.
Wow.
Good
Back to
job,
back to back.
coaches.
I wonder if they're bored yet.
Now.
Well,
And as we
yeah.
remember from talking to them, they lost quite a few seniors last year. So I know they kind
Yeah.
of went into this year not knowing what
This
it would
year they
all
lose
look
Jalen
like.
Garcia and
Jalen, just stay
Riley,
Jalen.
who's
Yeah.
been a huge part of all their athletics the last 4 years.
Yeah, basketball and base
So
and
they're gonna have
softball.
to, reinvent themselves. I think as coaches, we all know that every team is different.
Yeah.
Players come and go, and situations change, and you just never know what that team's going to look like. So I'm sure they're very anxious to get back to work and figure out what the next one looks like.
Let's go.
Yep.
How exciting. I can't wait. I have to get in touch with them so we can go do a big interview.
Yeah, and my last athlete of the week was both a couple of Needles baseball guys. So hopefully that either goes out soon or should have gone out already. But it was really fun to go out and talk to the coach, see them prepare, talk about, I think it was their last practice. They were having a little bit of fun. Even though it was a state playoff run and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
they took time to appreciate it. Prepare for that thing. And
We'll talk about the coaching staff down there. So you have the girls, they're coaching softball. Their dad coached softball prior for years, and he helps them coach.
Yep.
And then Mr. Parker,
yeah.
dad coached baseball for years, and now he coaches. So, how wild is this? Can you imagine?
Little continuity goes a long way.
Look
That's
at
a lot
that.
of continuity, actually,
It's a lot.
but still,
I mean, this
very
is
cool.
years of family that are involved in coaching and
So
giving
we
their
hope to
life
see
to
you
it. We know how that
guys,
goes.
at the ACES
Who's
Awards and tell you in person. We got wild hair problem.
Oh, yeah, what's going on there?
I do too, but I put this thing on and it doesn't matter.
You
so,
did good. You did good.
Yeah, but so anyway, very excited. Can't wait to hopefully see everybody tomorrow. And now we are at the Avi, which creates a little bit more space, a little bit of a different process. So we'll actually be out there either later today or tomorrow, kind of
Yeah.
previewing.
Avi
And,
Casino, doors open at 5:15. I believe food starts at 5:30ish and event starts at 6. So don't be late.
Yeah, it's a bad look. Just saying.
Or, sometimes people like to roll in late. I mean, that's up to them.
Yeah, listen, I'm not that guy. Say you're going to be there, you
Be
should
prompt.
be there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My son, I give him some credit. He likes to be 20 minutes early everywhere.
I love
And
that.
that is a great habit for the rest of your life, because when you are coming in with your hair on fire last minute for everything, you are definitely not prepared.
No.
So,
I like to be early and get my spaces, and all is well when I'm in control of what's going on,
yeah.
which means you have
Oh,
to be
yeah.
early.
That's why it's so stressful, I don't freak out about a lot of stuff, but when I do is when I have like back to back to back to back things, because if one
Then you
thing
can't
bleeds
be
over,
early.
then everything's off.
Yes.
Drives me bat stuff crazy.
Well, let me tell you, I'm excited to get to really recognize everybody. I'm excited to get the event kind of done and over with. Let's be honest, between graduation and everything that we've had.
Well, and I'll tell you, it's funny because with graduation, with ACEs, it's always like the end of this thing, which is really the start of a thing, So I know you had some graduation pictures, lots of graduations happening the last week.
Lots of graduation. So there's my boys, Dre and Vin. But the iconic part of this is the 5 of the other boys, Cameron and CJ and Fernando. They've all grown up together from diapers. And, they took over one whole section, their kind of group of kids, which was just, I don't know. CJ was valedictorian. He got to have a speech. They're all going
ACES
to do great
award nominee.
things. Yes, him and Dre both. Fernando's going to be a fireman. Vin's going for cybersecurity. Cameron's going to Park University for baseball. CJ's going to Ohio State, I believe, for baseball. And Dre's going to Irvine for
I thought
baseball.
CJ's going to Idaho.
Idaho. There you go.
I don't remember much.
Listen.
But I remember random things.
We're still crying.
I'm not crying.
My daughter said, Mom, what are you going to do? And I was like, nothing's ever going to be the same again. And she's like, oh, God, okay, don't forget I asked you that question.
I'm going to give you the dad answer about graduation.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Son,
Peace
you're
out.
supposed to graduate. What are we talking about here?
Get out of here.
Go do your little thing, and let's get ready for what's next. If you were that freaked out about graduating, whew.
Yeah.
It's just sad because once they leave you, and even when they come back to visit, it's just different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Benjamin a little, huh?
Yeah, you had a big weekend too. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, he was super excited. He got his first offer, for an opportunity to go play football. He had a good camp. I was very proud of him. He went out and, it's so funny. I laugh because at the high school level, we do same stuff over and over and over again. And then you go watch a college team practice, and they do all the same things you do in high school. But all these high school athletes I want to do, where are we doing the same thing all the time? Da, 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 da. And we went, I kid you not.
They do all the same thing. We're doing it right.
All the drills that they did at this camp, that they measured these kids on and did all this stuff, was all the same things we do every day.
Doing a good job,
I
man.
literally posted a video, and I was like, hey, guys, just FYI, we do this. I went from station to station. We do this, we do this, we do this, we do this.
Quit questioning us.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, man, I saw little JoJo. He's gigantic.
Little JoJo?
Yeah. So my girls, he's also been, diapers to diplomas with the kids. And he walks and he looks at my girls. He's like, hey, girls. And they were like, Baby Joe. And he's like, no longer Baby Joe. I'm Big Joe now. Yeah. And they were like, they're like, this is, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. Joe has worked really hard. He's put on a bunch of size.
Yeah.
He's growing up.
Yeah.
I actually had a coach down there ask me about him, which was kind of cool that he's on the radar, as a sophomore going into his junior year, and pretty exciting. Benjamin's hoping to get a few more offers out of that camp over the next couple days.
And he's got some time too,
Yeah,
you guys still have a whole nother year.
Yep, my baby boy.
That's exciting. It's kind of like where you get to take a breath when you start to get a few offers, and that people are noticing, and like, oh, okay, all this hard work is paying off.
As a dad, there was a big relief because you're like, am I crazy? Am I doing this wrong? What is happening? But was really, football wise and dad wise. People come up and talk to me about him, and one of the so corny, but one of the coolest things is when they're like, "Oh, is your son 77 for Mojave?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh man," and I was like, "Yes."
Winning.
A little notoriety is kind of fun,
especially when they know the number. Mitchell
and
would always tell the boys, make sure they remember your number.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the team is doing. Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. Make sure you're doing you should be doing your job.
I tell Benjamin the opposite.
So you better win.
Yeah, you better win. If you do well and your team loses, what's the point?
Well, listen, if you ain't doing well out there.
Also, football is a psychotically team needy. Baseball, you can go out and they're going to measure what you threw. They're going to do whatever. In football, you really need, you'd be a great quarterback and you hit dudes in the hands and there's no catch, there's no whatever. He runs a wrong route. it doesn't matter. Like, you really need your team. It's such a
You do, but if you're
such a
not doing
team
your
thing.
job and they ain't remembering your number, then it's a whole team situation.
Yeah. It's that baseball thing. You baseball people are different. You go hit the ball.
Listen, I got a football player too. Same thing. You better get up there and do what you're supposed to do. Don't embarrass me. That's kind of what I tell them.
Yep.
Listen, you embarrass us, now we're
It's
gonna
the
have a
beauty
day.
of
Don't get to
sports. I love it.
Just
No
kidding.
food.
Now I'm just crying because.
I'm
What are we
surprised
gonna
you're
do?
not just crying in general all day.
Listen.
Everybody's graduating. Everybody's old. I don't know what to do.
Yes, exactly what's happening here.
Cool. That'll be me in a
Couldn't
year.
even open my eyes this morning. I was
Give
just
me
like,
a year. I'll be in the same boat.
Well, you're so busy with everything that you do through, the beginning of the weekend, and then Sunday hits, and you're like, that just happened.
Yeah, I don't even
Dun,
understand.
dun, dun.
Like,
All you moms out there, you know what I'm talking about.
I've been telling you, like, let's just get through Aces, and then we'll take a breath and look at all the stuff. We got our mixer coming up,
Mixer.
summer, holidays, and then
Memorial Weekend.
hold on.
4th
Here's
of July.
here's the crazy part. Here in about a month, when you start planning for fall.
Yeah.
Wrap
Anybody
your
else
head around
tired
that.
out there? Anybody else tired out there?
Yeah. Ugh, what a mess.
I want to do this. Bippity boppity boo.
What was that?
Cinderella. Everything's just done with my wand.
How'd that work out?
Doesn't work.
Listen, we all talk about the Disney Cinderella. Have you ever read about the actual book?
No, I don't
It's
even read
wild.
books. You know
Oh,
this.
Like the stepmom cut the girl's heel off to fit in the shoe. It's way crazier than the
No.
Mormon-friendly Disney movie we got.
Okay.
All those old stories are like that. If you ever read them, they're dark. Super crazy.
I can't. I don't. I don't even like dark stuff. I like the Cinderella, the fairy tale. I want the
Disney
fairy
made
tale.
it fairy tale.
That was
yeah.
back when Disney cared and made nice, warm, and fuzzy
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Now they're like, here, pay for this. Buy
Listen,
merchandise.
Go see this
Here's
awful
Dumbo.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, Dumbo.
Do you remember in Dumbo?
Do not even bring the negative of
Doesn't
Dumbo.
Dumbo get like high and drunk at some point by the carny folk? Like
Well,
he's hallucinating and all the crazy. Everybody forgets that part. They're like, oh, there's
I
a
mean,
flying
nobody
elephant.
talks about that. You just
It's in
talk
the
about.
movie.
they just like him for the ears.
You remember in Pinocchio
Dumbo.
when he goes to like the island of bad kids and they give him cigars and everyone
Yeah, what
always
the-
forgets all these things.
Always
you know,
the dark side, yeah.
like Peter Pan never grows up and basically entraps children in a Neverland where they never grow.
Listen, we are not talking about Disney anymore.
What
What
else
is
we'll talk about?
wrong with you?
What other bubbles can I burst? What do you want to get into?
What's wrong with you?
I didn't make them. I'm just telling you what happens in them.
Most people are thinking about how cute Dumbo found his mom and everything was
Yeah.
okay and they found a wife.
Like every Disney movie is about their parents dying.
Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Ariel, like
No more
straight up
Disney.
sells her whole world and family out for some dude she never met.
Finds her feet.
It's the worst thing ever.
You're right. Never. Do not watch Disney movies.
Don't watch. Listen, you're setting them up for failure. I know you love Disney. They lied to you.
They're all liars.
It's so depressing.
They're all liars.
Though your
My
family's
God.
dead, this is going to happen. Save the world.
Good luck.
Bambi's a guy, first of all.
We're going even to Bambi. He was so cute.
Right. Remember cute Bambi? All these
Yeah.
girls named Bambi. Yeah, Bambi's a
That's a
dude. Shot his
There's a lot.
mother.
Shut up.
That's not true.
I'm so glad we have the Aces Awards coming out. Let's get back to that talk.
No, let's go.
Sorry, guys. All you Disney lovers out there, we're sorry.
Listen, all you
He just
Disney lovers, I want to
he
hear
just
about
ruined
it.
my whole Disney
Listen,
We wanna hear what you think,
memories.
yeah.
Your whole listen, I'm the same boat. I watched all these movies, and you watch them as an adult, and you're like, do I really want
Did
my
I
kids to
remember?
watch this?
Yeah,
Like,
did I miss something?
this is way different than I remembered. Like,
Yeah, I hadn't put any of those thought processes into my Disney movies thoughts, but
listen,
now
there
they're
are way
all
worse
in
ones,
there.
too.
Yeah.
It's wild.
This guy.
This guy.
Memorial Weekend, what are you doing? It's this weekend.
I don't know. I literally wasn't prepared for it, but I did not go out on my boat this weekend. I probably should have because I don't know if I want to go out on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't even care.
Sunday?
I'll go, but I hate taking
Maybe
my kids
Sunday
out. I'm
or
like,
no?
if I, wreck a boat, but I just don't want to take my kids.
Yeah. Are you going to take a girl?
Nah.
If you're just taking yourself? Are you going to find a girl?
I'll see what the boys are doing. We'll see. What is that?
Yeah, listen, he's
the
not going to
boy
find
call.
the girl. The girls are
That's
going to
the boy
find
call.
him.
Man.
Yeah, they'll be
I don't
finding
know.
him.
I don't know. Is anybody going out on the water? Let me know. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
go.
I did post a thing about sharing gas money for the boat, so I'm going to do a little public service announcement. Boats are expensive. Gas is expensive. Boat maintenance is
If
expensive.
you're riding,
If
put
you
some
get a
gas money
ride,
down.
pitch some money in. I
Yeah.
promise you. Nobody wants to be like, hey.
They're not going to ask you.
Yeah.
You
But
should
it
just
sure
do
is
it.
nice.
Tips
like,
welcome, right? Tips
yeah,
welcome. Yeah.
listen, a little bit goes a long way.
Listen, it's painful to put gas in my vehicles. I can only imagine a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, not doing it.
yeah.
I
So
like
if
my
you
little
do-
board. My board costs no money. I just put it on the water. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even say.
He's thinking about it.
I ain't gonna say. Look, you want to go float
I'll
around
be like,
on
I'll
that
run
thing?
your board over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run anybody over. Like you should be in the middle
I'll
of the river,
wave at you
I
as
assume,
I'm
right?
going
Yeah.
down.
Might spray
Ah,
you.
listen, go get an inner tube. That's the thing, though, right? I always make the joke. You see people out there on damn near $1 million boats, and they look miserable.
Yep.
And then you see somebody out there on a jalopy of a boat, and they look like they are so happy.
Smiling for
Just
days.
going.
Like, I don't know. The whole point
Look at
is
my
to get out
fishing
there and
boat.
have
Costs
fun.
a lot less to put gas in than your big old pretty
I don't even have a
boat.
big boat. I got like a basic boat. But I do fish off of it, so I call it my fishing boat. We fish off of that boat more than anything. Like we don't do a lot of. I don't
Do
know
you
what
eat
people are
the
supposed
fish?
No. No. I'm out there all day. I'm not gonna hang
Why
on.
would I eat the
I'm
fish?
not gonna hang on to a bunch of fish on my boat all day. Catch them, take a picture.
They look good. See ya.
Awesome. Whoosh.
So
Good
you
enough,
just saved
huh?
their life.
Yeah.
And
Put 'em
remember
on.
when you said the aliens come down, like get fish?
Yeah. It's very
That's
equivalent.
how you feel. Yeah.
Fish is like, oh wow, some food, and I'm in another world. Whoosh. You literally just yanked up, gone.
Yeah. Guys, I had my boat out.
You did? How'd it go?
Oh,
look at that tail.
Look at
Woo,
that.
look at that roost.
Where's all the
Oh,
jet skis
buddy.
are
I
going?
don't, it was nice yesterday. There was no one out there.
Dang.
It's
That's
perfect day.
exciting.
Look at the
Everybody's
water.
gonna come today, or what? Friday.
Anyways, I had to
Thursday
show
night.
that. I got
That
mine
is
out.
fun.
Yeah, pretty jealous. I
Jeff's
mean,
is the speedboat. It's so loud, huh?
Well, yeah, it goes really fast.
how fast?
Probably about 85.
Geesh. That's
Where you're like
fast.
the
It is
drool's
fast.
coming out of your mouth as you're going down.
Yeah, it shoots a pretty good roost. Watch, I'll show you the roost it shoots. Ready? Oh, I don't know if you can see it there. No,
Boy,
you
why
can't.
is that so skinny?
Well, it's
You're a
real.
video pro, and you
Oh,
made
it
us
was
a
a
skinny
real.
old.
He's like, I'm
It
trying
was
to
a
drive
real-
this boat at 85
that's
miles
why.
per hour. No, we saw it when you did the first
The
scan.
first one you saw.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something funny? I made a reel on my Instagram, and it like went viral or like got popular.
What?
And
There's
so,
a roost. See that? Look
There
at that
it
roost.
is. It is very
Yeah.
cool.
That's a roost. All right, go
So I
ahead.
made this video, and
Was it a boat video?
Yeah, it was like a boat video, whatever, and it just started like picking up. My phone has been going off for like 2 weeks straight.
Oh, because
That's
you get all the
cool.
notifications.
Oh, it's got,
People
like-
liking it,
yeah,
and
like
sharing
2,000
It
likes,
got shared to
70,000
the right
views.
place. That's
and,
right.
I just
Yeah.
thought, this is what famous girls feel like.
it. You're
Phone
like, yeah,
going off
kinda
all the time. I'm
famous,
like,
kinda
God, would you
famous."
stop liking my video? You know?
Your boat needs an OnlyFans or something.
Have you
I don't
got
know.
more likes on your other
But
videos
my boat's
like
not
that?
even in the video. It was just other
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
you know.
People
But,
love river stuff.
Yeah.
They do.
I think what happened is when I was at Pirates, this helicopter flew by. Just dumb luck when I had my phone. I was filming Benjamin, his buddy, throwing a football or hanging out or something. And this helicopter flew by right at the right time. And so,
And you got it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
close.
so,
that was a close.
yeah, I think that just kind of captured people's attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
dumb
Well,
luck.
Jeff got the one video of the guy. I don't know what that's called. The boarding that the guy was doing, Jeff.
Oh, that was it's like a surfboard on the water.
The
Yeah.
old foil thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that went pretty viral. And I
Yes.
think it's just, like those moments captured that are
Yeah.
just different than normal.
something
Listen,
different.
I can appreciate that way more than some of the dumb videos that go famous.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
God.
True.
It's what a trap.
What a trap.
It's so weird. Yeah. It's so weird. Oh, well. So, we still have to sell cars,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
which means Argonda better have a deal of the week.
Oh my gosh.
Argonda's deal of the week.
Deal
what
of the
do
week
you
time?
got?
Is it that time?
It is
Okay.
that time.
It
I
is.
also think we should
I feel
probably
like I'm so
pop
dehydrated.
on. The guys have been really busy selling cars, and I think they had a good day down here at the used car center again,
Let's go.
which is always crazy when you're in like graduation time. People are starting to get out on the
Yeah.
water, going on vacation. Everybody's really busy, and so when they're busy, that means somebody's doing a good job. So
Good deal.
good job, everybody.
All right,
job.
here we go, guys. The deal of the week. Jeff's deal of the week. All right, we have two 2019.
We have twinsies.
Yes, twins, black and white. These are terrains. One is a SLE. The white one is. The black one is a SLT. Now, the white one has 75,000 miles on it. The SLT, 53,000. So not too bad.
No.
And both of these are available right now, right down here at the Findlay Used Car Center in Fort Mojave. Come on down. Take
Those
one
are
of these.
nice.
All right.
family
Really
So-
nice cars.
Pop quiz time, Christy. What's the difference between an SLE and an SLT?
Woo. On the
Listen,
spot.
man, I have no clue.
Argando, what's the difference between an SLE and an SLT?
Interior.
What is the difference?
The one's leather and one's not.
That's right. So an
How
SL,
does Jeff Argonda
So
know
an
that? Good
SLT
job,
I'm not even a
Jeffy.
salesman, and I
Good
know that.
job.
so an SLT is a trim level up, and so you typically get leather, power seats, heated seats, all those other things.
I like
come
when the
in a
insurance
SLT.
agents ask you, like, is it LT? Is it? I'm like, listen, man.
You're all
I don't
blue.
Does it matter?
What
does it matter?
I turn it on. I drive it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what's really annoying is like dudes like me have been doing this for a long time. They keep like changing the names of trim levels.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'm calling it the wrong thing because that's what it was 10 years
Yeah.
ago when I sold cars.
They're like, that. I don't even know what you're talking
Yeah.
about right now.
They're like,
Like,
all
that's
the
a-
young
Sport no
kids.
more.
Yeah, and then they add new stuff. You know, like they got all those like trail bosses and ZR2s and all. We didn't.
Yeah.
We just had a Z71 back in my day.
Yeah, Blazers,
They're
Trailblazers.
nice.
Z71
inside.
was as awesome as it got. You're like, wow.
Let's be honest. These cars pretty much drive themselves. Like they'll tell you if you're crossing the line. They'll tell you if you're getting too close. They'll tell you if you're backing up too. I mean,
Well,
it's
one of the
pretty
features that
insane.
people really like on some of those Denali's is that Super Cruise, where it basically does drive
Everything.
itself. And I'm old enough to be freaked out by it.
Yeah. The
Just don't fall
Jetsons. The
asleep.
Jetsons
Don't fall
predicted all
asleep.
this.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't like it. I don't trust it.
Me neither.
I did watch Terminator this weekend, which is probably not
my
helping
God.
any.
Uh,
You're like,
What
oh,
made
the
you watch
robot's
the
taking
Terminator?"
over. I actually think it was on at the hotel in Phoenix when we
Okay.
got there. So when we went to that camp, we left Mojave High School at like 8 o'clock, we stopped at Carl's Jr., ate on the way down, drove all the way to
Starving,
Phoenix,
I'm sure.
went to bed, woke up at, I think, 7-ish to be there by 8, and then
Whole full day.
5-hour camp or 6-hour camp, and then drove home.
Did you guys sleep all day Sunday?
I didn't do a damn thing yesterday. I was whooped. I was tired. And I didn't do a single thing at a football
Yeah.
camp.
the
so-
boat was not going out.
Well, I actually would have 100% went out, but it was like right on the fringe of too windy for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
a little
20 is a hard
It did
no.
pick up later.
15-ish is kind of like, maybe. Anything below 15, I'm in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my wind scale.
That's right. Like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. So if you ever see me, like, I'll post the weather report. I'm like in my head processing, is this going to be a day or
day,
not a
not
day?
bad.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah.
I had lots of family, so we did a brunch at my house, and then took my parents back to Vegas, and then I came home and it was done.
Yeah.
No more. I didn't have no
What-
more in me.
What day did you boat, Arganda?
Sunday.
Sunday? What'd you
Yeah.
do Saturday?
Saturday, I relaxed. That was my relax day.
What's relax mean?
Well, you don't go to work.
I may find this out now that my
You
kids
don't
are
have to.
leaving me.
You don't clean the house. You just relax. That's it.
Yeah, because my relax day is usually laundry, cleaning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting ready for the week.
That's not.
I
Relaxing.
did do a bunch of laundry one of the days during the week because I knew I was going to be gone, and then came home, of course, emptied out whatever clothes I traveled with. You know, I actually went to the gym that morning before the camp.
My
So I had
goodness.
like dirty clothes, football clothes, travel clothes, my work clothes. 'Cause I lived
Sounds
straight from there to there. Yeah. So I got home Saturday night and I just dumped it out on my kitchen
Oh,
table and it's still
man.
sitting there. So
When Vin used to get in the truck after a game, I'd just be like, yeah, you could ride home with me, and like, this is my best time.
So-
and you get in and you're like, oh,
I
God,
remember
ugh.
as you get old, you tell these
I love
stories,
you,
right?
but oh my God.
I can't remember who it was exactly, but we got in my truck after one of these youth football games, and it was when I knew they were becoming young men
Oh, no.
because
It was
they
just
smelled
sour.
so bad. It went
Yeah.
from like, just some dirty little kids
You go from
to,
like 6 to 8, and body odor just changes
yeah, I
at
want to
some
say
point.
these were like 13, maybe 14
Oh, yeah, you're
U-ball, and I had
seriously
a
in
truck
there.
full of kids, and you're like, dear God.
Roll the window
Tell
down.
me you don't always have the stinky kid feet too. Like there's always the one
Oh, yeah.
kid that even starts before the game with the stinky feet, and by the time it is over, you are like, what?
Yeah.
Go wash your feet before you go
Yep.
anywhere near me.
Oh, yeah. So you got a truck bed full of nasty clothes. You got a truck full of stinky kids, and it's not their fault. They just played football for 3 hours
can't even
or whatever.
Be angry.
But you're like, give me
Windows down.
the outside air in. You know? Yeah.
You're like, it's hot outside. Sorry, we got to air you out.
Yep.
Funny.
You're gonna miss them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be doing that no more. Not anymore. They all drive now.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's what starts it. Let's just be honest. This is why high school goes so fast. Because, freshman year, it's like this big deal. They're going into high school. But by junior year, they either are driving or have or not, sophomore, either are driving or have a friend that drives. And then by junior year, you really don't, it is that. They're so independent that you don't have, you don't even have time. So then junior and senior year happens and then they're just gone?
So
what do you do then?
don't ask me for money.
That's nice.
That's what I've
You're all
told
cut
Benjamin.
off because you're.
Since
They always
Benjamin
say
was
they're
little, I said,
grown-ass
listen,
men, and I
if you
said,
want to go to
"Fine,
college,
go
you
be
better
it."
figure out how to pay for it because I'm not paying for it. So he's like, yeah,
He's like, I'll be fine.
I'll just do football stuff and figure it out. I actually always talk to those guys as they're starting to drive about, being responsible and, like now you got to make sure you don't do something irresponsible because now it has much more serious consequences.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there is actually, with most of these young guys, when they start driving, it helps accelerate their maturity.
Yeah.
They have to be a little more responsible, plan a little bit, naturally, you want to go somewhere, you need to know where you're going. You need to pick people up, schedule things. Suddenly they understand why it's annoying to be waiting for somebody outside their house for 20 minutes.
Wasting gas, it's hot. Now you're just...
So there's a maturity that comes with some additional responsibility.
Agreed. I also think that because of so much social media and what happens from drinking and driving and, blah, 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 that kids are a little smarter these days, that they really go in groups of who's going to drive. They plan that out. I don't know if we were so great at that when I was young, but I feel like these kids, at least my group,
you know how I know
you know
we
what
were
I mean, are a
elite
little
at
more
it
like...
is we had zero communication. So if you didn't have a plan, you weren't going.
Yeah, you're right.
You
couldn't just hit somebody up 10 seconds before. You had to call and hope they answered.
Where are you at?
What if you got the answer machine? You're like, hello, I need to talk to you right now.
I think our first lifeline was when one of our buddies got a pager. So you could page them and be like, bro, come pick me up.
Hello?
Or you just send your number and they call
Backwards?
you.
Yeah.
That was so they could be out and about and they'd be like, and I'll tell you, it was really funny. You would have to have some
You're
change
right.
because you'd pop into a freaking payphone once in a while.
You would absolutely. That's
Yeah.
how you communicate.
And we
That's
thought
right.
that was so amazing.
Yes.
What if you were didn't have any coins? You're just like, this is the worst day ever.
Yeah.
You gotta call collect.
And
But-
back there, you didn't have maps either. So this is what these
No.
kids don't even understand. If you did not know where you were going, you couldn't just look on your phone to find out. You were stuck in the middle of Vegas needing coins to call whoever.
So I never knew my way around. Some people are really good at it. I never knew my way around Vegas. I was always lost. But I just laughed because I hopped in a car with other teenagers and drove to California. And they knew, they were from California, so they had an idea. But, I just think, how insane is that now? If Benjamin, who's in a nice car, responsible driver, was like, hey, I'm going to go drive to Uncle Corey's house, I'd be like, you are out of your goddamn mind. There's no way you're driving to California.
Well, and think about parents then. So you could not call and make sure they were safe. If they broke down somewhere, they were broke down. There was no, where is my kid right now? Oh, I see him. Oh, he's still driving.
So my buddy Greg was the older one, so he always had money and a car.
Oh, he was
And
the best then.
at one point, he traded in his Jeep. He had a regular cab Toyota, and so we would go to Glamis. And
Squeezing.
3 deep in a stick shift regular cab Toyota. My boy Greg was a big boy. And so we would roll 3 deep, and every once in a while, somebody else would want to go.
Really, you have to get in the back.
And they would get in the back
Lay down.
for 3.5 hours to Glamis.
Wow. That's dedication.
That is dedication.
Dumb. That is so dumb.
And those roads are bumpy.
Bad, yeah.
Going
So
through Blythe.
you had
and-
riding gear. He was
Yeah.
usually towing a trailer. It was a regular cab Toyota Tacoma. It wasn't like it was made to tow. There might have been a quad back there, and there was a human crammed into somewhere. Such a terrible idea.
We used to go to Glamis and Parker, and I don't know. I still don't even know what we told my mom because she would never. I don't know how we got there. She would have never let us go.
Yeah.
But back then, you could say hey, I'm spending the night at Bobby Sue's.
Argon, did you ever do Glamis in the 80s and 90s?
So many times I can't even remember.
Hey, Glamis in the 90s was a good time.
Well, yeah.
It was wild. And I don't remember. We were there the weekend they started shutting down Comp Hill.
Oh.
And it was like a mini riot. People were pissed.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many off-road
Lights
police
and
vehicles.
people.
And so everyone just went out to Olds. So everyone just traveled further to go do the same crazy stuff.
Yep.
Because they shut down
Because they
Comp.
shut down the one side.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
I didn't go to Glamis till I was older, but we used to go to Parker, the truck shows, and that was wild.
I don't know if that's still a thing, but I went to that lowrider show, or maybe just I think it was a lowrider show at the
Yeah.
Avi. It was pretty awesome, but it wasn't like they used to have a badass one down at Davis Camp.
Yeah, where
Back
they do
in
a
the
whole
day,
weekend,
Oh,
right?
the whole
Yes.
thing was full of lowriders.
We
And it was
literally
basically
loaded
I
up
think it was a mini
in
truck
little
show,
trucks
actually.
and tents, and you're literally camping with 20 of your friends.
Yeah.
Good times.
Before I was
No
ever
good.
into
What's
like
happening now?
off-road.
No good
Yeah.
times. Okay.
Again, still no great times. I just do not know how we did it. I do not know where my mom thought we were for a whole weekend.
Yeah, when I got into like trucks and off-roading, it was far more practical about like being able to go do the things I want. I wanted to go to the river. I wanted to go do this. Wanted to go do that. But I was always like, my first love of cars was always like lowriders and mini trucks and
That's what
classics.
was big deal. I think probably when we got into our later 20s, then you went into the lifted trucks and
I always loved classic cars.
When we were younger anyways, it was all the dropped. You went to drop them.
When I was a little kid, I used to make my mom buy me Super Chevy magazine. And
yeah.
that
Yeah.
was like,
Do they even
and
have
you just
those
sit there and
kinds
just
of
read about a
magazines
car
anymore?
I don't know.
Well, listen.
I haven't bought a
Remember
magazine
this?
in a long
That you
time.
had a truck that had the back seat, but you couldn't put anybody in your back seat because it was full of speakers and boxes, right?
Yeah.
That was every one of our vehicles ever.
Yes.
My buddy Jacob Ortega had a nice
Like,
Ford
I'll just
Ranger.
ride with you. Like, oh no, sorry, I got a speaker box back
He had a
there.
15 that did not like you couldn't scoot the seat all the way back.
Yeah, the tall guys
Let
are still
alone-
sitting like
yeah.
cramped up.
And so instead of having the one jump seat on the other side, he put some 10s in there. So you had a 15 and two 10s in a extended cab Ranger.
Dun, dun, dun.
You
would hear the
drive,
whole truck like
and your eyes would vibrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
What is-
mom would say, your friends are here, because she could hear them
Hear
when
'em.
they turn into El Camino Village.
My dad was like, "Who's that driving up in my driveway?" I was like, "Oh, Dad, it's my boyfriend." He's like,
Yeah.
"Tell him to turn that music down.
Yeah.
Don't drive in my driveway like that." Like,
pretty
okay,
funny.
sorry.
Yeah. We all don't realize we're as old as we are. In our heads, we still remember those fun times.
That's fun.
It's true.
Honestly, though, Argana, maybe you can back me up on this or tell me I'm crazy. It's kind of what boating is now, though. You go out, you cruise, you hot rod around, you blast your music loud. You kind of do what you used to do on
On the
four
roads.
wheels
Yeah.
out on the water. Like, you cruise
real
through pirates,
similar, yeah.
you see what everybody else has got going on, you meet up with your friends.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's just on the water now.
Yeah.
Same thing.
What
Everyone's
was,
got a hot
so now that
rod.
you're talking about that, what was the big thing back when we were young? So it was all the boats, and they would go all to the down into
Sandbar?
the cove, the sandbar.
Oh, yeah.
Remember all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
videos of
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Do they have those videos anymore? Do they still do
They-
that?
Well, the videos are there, but they don't allow you to do that anymore.
So the sandbar is actually like way overgrown now.
yeah.
And people
Because
still
back
go
in the
there.
day, you'd see it like, oh, did you see Bobby Sue on the
It was
video?
more, yeah,
Yeah.
It was more boat than water back in the day. We went down there
Yeah.
a couple times, and it was very much like Glamis on the water. It was wild.
There wasn't
Yeah.
very many bathing suit tops being worn, I guess.
no.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That is correct. I remember that part
Yeah,
too.
it was a little while. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those videos in a long time, so I'm assuming
me
they
tell
don't
ya.
allow them anymore.
Funny
but-
story. I'm gonna tell this story, and then we'll get out of here.
All right.
We have a
Okay,
life to
this
get
might
going.
be.
Let's do it.
Okay, so when it's really busy, sometimes we'll just float the gorge because it's hard to get a spot. I like to kind of sit and just relax. And
Yeah.
so we're floating, and everybody waves at everybody on a boat, and so we're just floating by, me and my kids. I don't know if anybody else was with us. And one of those boats comes by.
Oh, boy.
And there's probably 9 topless
Loudest
girls.
music ever.
You're like, kids?
And so we're just floating by, like little, just sitting there, like kind of lounging. And I just look over, and my kids are like,
Dad.
and these ladies didn't
Like,
give a darn.
uncomfortable to look,
They
uncomfortable
didn't.
not to look.
They didn't stop dancing. They didn't stop
No.
doing whatever. We're like floating from like us to the wall, like 15 feet away
Oh, boy.
from this boat.
Benjamin's
of-
like, yes. Addison's like,
Dad?
Okay,
is this?
so then we boogie out of there. We said we're going to eat dinner at Pirates.
Oh no! Did
sitting,
you see them all?
Who's sitting at the table next to us? The
boat-
same people. Like they put their tops on at least.
Yeah.
That
But
was
it's the
nice.
same people, and then
Oh,
we go
man.
leave, and they pop
Were
the
you guys
tops off and leave
dying
again.
laughing?
It's like sitting there with your kids. You know, this was a couple years ago. So
You're like,
Benjamin's
this is a little awkward with my
15,
kids.
14. Addison's 8 or 9 years old,
Addison's like this.
and I'm like, I don't know.
Scarred for
I don't
life.
know. I don't know what to say.
This is how I grew up, kids. Aren't you glad there's more rules now?
Yeah. Super awkward.
I
so.
love it.
And I can imagine, you know, like the response is wildly different from boat to boat. But you're sitting there, dad and 2 kids, and you're like, okay.
Oh, cool.
Turn the boat.
Yeah,
Hey, give me your number when we see you later.
yeah, no, it was a wild one. And of course, it was like on some super badass boats. So we're like, oh, look at that boat. Oh, boy.
Delic.
Yeah. So fun
That's a
stuff.
great
All
story.
right. Well,
Yep.
Hey guys, listen, if you've lived around this river much, you know exactly what
You've
we're
seen
talking
it,
about.
yeah.
You've been there, you've done that. On that note, hey, happy Monday. It's a big week. Aces Awards.
Tomorrow.
Memorial.
Yes.
Safe. Buy
All eyes
cars.
on
It
Aces
will be
tomorrow
live.
for
I
us.
believe it'll be live on the news channel, Mojave Daily News.
Yes. All right. Thank you for showing up. Have a good week.
Oh,
you
I
guys
picked the truck
tomorrow.
of the day, guys. I wanted to show this
Oh,
before
you
I
have a
leave.
truck of the day?
Oh,
Truck of the
look
day.
at
Trying to throw
that.
a few wrinkles at us.
Listen,
Hey.
I had to do it. I did it because look at that thing. Would you look at that?
So
That
is
is
a
fire.
AT4Z or
It's an X.
AT4X, excuse
HD.
me, in the new gray color.
Yes.
Wow. I love that gray.
That
I love-
truck is so bad. Like
That's
it
why I had to
jumps
put
out.
it-
Yeah, like you can
Good
actually
job,
see
Jeff.
that back end is a little articulated because it has such a it's suspension built for it, so it actually kind of drops and sets up nicely. But then you load it up. It's a heavy duty diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Tows half a house wherever you want to go, and then you unhook and you go do whatever you want in it.
All right. Just had to show that off a little. That's all.
Now I'm jealous.
All right.
All right.
You
Have a
guys
good
have
day,
a good
guys.
one. We'll see you Thursday. I mean, Monday.
You see us
Tuesday?
tomorrow.
Thursday.
We are,
We'll see you
Tomorrow
Thursday.
night live.
we're going to
Thursday
be on
show.
for Aces.
We're all over the place.
I pray that I can just sit there and enjoy it and not have to say or do anything. Did
Come
I commit
on.
to saying or doing
Yeah,
anything?
you
on.
did. You
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Stay
We'll
tuned for
see
it,
you there,
folks.
guys.
All right. Bye.